Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to look back at something that, or I guess a place that we visited while we were in the Cotswolds that I didn't get to share with you guys yet. And I was just going through some of our photos and starting to really unpack everything because I am a lazy traveler who doesn't like unpack right when they get home. So anyway, so I was just unpacking things and I thought I should really share this place with you guys. I recorded our visit to this place with my phone, so I thought we could look back at it and just enjoy it and relive it because I miss it so much and I can't wait to go back. So the place that I wanted to share with you guys is Burford Garden Company. And I know some of you guys are traveling to England, into the Cotswolds here soon. I've received comments in some of our videos and a couple of you have also reached out to me on Instagram and told me about your travels. So I wanted to give you this place to also add to your list because it was probably the most beautiful garden center Sergey and I had ever been to. I mean, it was just something out of like, I don't even know. I don't even like know how to explain it. You just have to experience. It was so big. There was so much going on. It was just like an emporium of plants and houseware. Oh my gosh, just beautiful trees and outdoor furniture and some really beautiful selected clothing. It was amazing. Definitely like a place you go for an experience. So I have all of the clips here on my computer, so we're going to take a look back at it. And this was also the same day that we went to Beaverton. And oh my gosh, that village was like something out of a book. It didn't feel real. Like right when we drove in, we were both like looking at each other like, what? And all of the villages that we visited in Cotswolds was like that. But this one was so special. One of the takeaways from that place was they had this trout farm. And I think they built that in the early 1900s, if I'm not mistaken. But it's like this beautiful farm. When we got there, it was already too late, so we didn't get to go inside. And it looks like they have a really beautiful garden too. And that was so spectacular. That was the same time that we also went to the Pig. Beautiful, beautiful hotel. Definitely recommend staying there. Really great restaurant, really beautiful garden. And anyways, it was just such a lovely like part of our trip. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at this garden center together. So right when we walked in, we saw these beautiful raised beds. We loved that fig right there. And it was just underplanted with a bunch of beautiful perennials, and there were containers outside. It was just, Sergey and I were like really taken back. We were just like, this is like what we see in magazines, like, and we're actually here now. Anyways, so we walk in and the whole garden center is broken out by like house plants. They have indoor pottery, outdoor pottery. They have a section where they have clothing, and then like all of these beautiful racks in between with beautiful premium plants. Like I did not find one ugly house plant or any outdoor plants for that matter at this garden center. And I just loved the way that they used like barrels and oh gosh, like old pallets and everything like that to decorate. They had this really beautiful fountain right here with beautiful plants inside of it. And it was just so well, like the decor was just so perfect. All of the beautiful pottery. I was having a moment at that wall right there. I just wanted to take everything home. Like I really thought to myself, how can I get all of these containers back home without spending a fortune? Anyway, so it was just a lot of fun to experience that. And there's definitely some garden centers here in the Pacific Northwest that have this feel to me. But this was just something so special. Also, what I noticed there in England, actually a lot of places that we went, they had beautiful baskets. Like if you have space to bring back some of those like baskets, some of them are just so unique and beautiful. I love this display here with the crates and all of the pottery. They had beautiful bergs, pottery, and I wanted to take every one of them home. Like if I could, boy, I would. I just had a good old time. And I feel like I'm also entering this era of my like garden life where I just want antique pottery. I want things that have character. I want things that have life. I want things that have like patina on them. So that's really what I'm drawn to. Like I'm kind of stepping away from like the glazed containers, although I do think those are beautiful in some settings. I won't like fully get away from them, but definitely like into that like aged terracotta, that mossy look to them. It's just really like my palette right now. And I think that's really where my heart lies and will forever lie, is in those types of aesthetic. They also had some really beautiful citrus. And again, I love how they're using like furniture, they're using cabinets, they're using drawer sets. Gosh, they're just using so many different things to display their plants, which if you are somebody that has a garden center, like this is such a great way to make your garden center stand out. So it's not just like rows of plants and trees and shrubs. Like have areas, create moments where you can incorporate some antique tables and hardware, anything like that, anything that you can find at like an antique shop or, you know, wherever it is that you typically would find pieces like that. I think that just makes things so much more interesting and it adds a different layer of beauty to those plants. So anyways, it's just something to keep in mind. They also had, oh my gosh, the house decor was so good. Like they had beautiful pillows, the candles were so good, the oh my gosh, the lotions, the soaps, all of these beautiful bird houses here were also so stunning. The bee houses, they also had some really good clothes, and I was like, I don't have time to shop for clothes right now, but if I go back, or I guess when I go back, because I will be back, I can't wait to really take my time in this area. Oh, they also had really beautiful outdoor mats here. I just love that like simple look. So let's see, we just continue walking through here and just again admiring all of the beautiful things, even the brooms. They also had this area here where somebody was playing the piano, and I was just like, really? Like it couldn't get more perfect. And then you see a guy playing a piano and you're like, okay, yes, it can get better. So anyways, that was a lot of fun. These were some of the baskets that I really loved. They're like really great for harvesting veggies. I'm really bummed I didn't bring one back. A lot of beautiful arches, metalwork, again, just more like really unique baskets. The water features there were so magnificent. If I could take one of those home, oh boy, would I. I also loved this area of the garden center where they had seeds and they had growing kits. They had these little cold frames. I love this one that looks like a piece of furniture, but it's like a little cold frame. And I thought, well, that would be cool to take back home or create something like that at home or even build it. I'm also that person that was born with like the delusional mind that anything I see, I can build. And I think to myself, like, it's easy. It won't be hard. We can build it. And then you start and you're like, okay, it's a little bit harder than I thought, but I was definitely born with that delusional gene in my mind that I think I can build anything that I see. But sometimes it works, other times it's like, what? Just no, just spend the money and buy it. Anyways, it was just funny to see some of those pieces that I was like taking photos of, thinking like, we're gonna build this, we're gonna build this. In my mind, I'm like, no, we're not. Anyways, they had beautiful hostas. I wish I spent more time over there in the hostas because they had some really beautiful variegated ones that I've never seen before, and they were gorgeous. They had the peonies, of course, and over here soon we're going to see the roses, and they had quite a beautiful selection of roses too. It was just fun to see all of the pollinators. I love going to a garden center. You guys know that's like a big part of my channel and things that I love to do and bring you guys along. I love a good garden center. So if there's ever one that you recommend me visit, please let me know, because I do enjoy taking you guys along and just experiencing different places and how they lay out their plants and all of that. Oh, I also saw a lot of boxwoods, of course, a lot of them in containers, which I have always wanted to put like a globe boxwood in a container. And there's actually an area in front of our big window in our office that I thought it'd be fun to put some over there. So we might do that here in a bit, just because I love the formality of that. And it's a good way to utilize that space because there's nothing there but rocks. Anyway, so we'll just get back to the video and just admire all of the beautiful things. One of the great things that I also loved about this garden center is they had beautiful stationery. And if you know me, I love stationery. I love pens and paper and pencils and notebooks and calendars and stickers. Oh my gosh, I could talk about stickers all day, every day. I love stickers so much, especially like botanical ones. Oh, love it. anyways, they had beautiful art. They had like a whole gallery of art actually. And then again, the outdoor furniture was just so good. I mean, I'm really excited about getting some new outdoor furniture here for our deck. I'm not in a hurry to do that yet. I'm kind of doing like taking my time on that because I think that's such a personal thing, you know, when you buy outdoor furniture, like you really have to love it and experience it. And for me, I love to do a lot of research before I buy anything. Anyways, back to the video. Again, just some more outdoor and indoor decoration. They had a crazy selection of really beautiful lamps, vases, just so many good things. Oh, this area was really fun here. So this was kind of like towards the back of the garden center. And they had, again, these raised beds with these gardens in them. And it was beautiful. Like the way that they laid out the plants and the trees and the shrubs in there, it was perfect. And then this area here, they had all of their shade-loving plants. They had some hydrangeas. They had a ton of maples in this space. They also had proven winter hydrangeas, which I was like, how did that even get here? I didn't realize that you could buy proven winter plants in England. So that was pretty cool. And then just walking through all of the lavender, that was also really beautiful. And the scent was just so good. I mean, this garden center was just something out of a picture book. I don't know how else to explain it. It was really spectacular. I definitely felt like there was a focus more on like shrubs and perennials and some annuals too, but definitely not a ton of trees. Usually in our garden centers, they're really heavy on trees. I didn't see that many at this garden center. There was a beautiful selection, just not as many as some of the ones here local to us. They also just had some really beautiful containers that I was like trying to take in, make mental notes because they were beautifully arranged. Oh my gosh, and their olive trees, they were so good. Like the trunks of those olive trees were insane. They were massive trunks. And then again, just more of those beautiful annuals tucked away, and everything was just organized so well. And I think that's what I appreciate the most, is when companies and garden centers take the time to make things beautiful. So you're not just coming in to buy plants, it's an experience. You know, you're kind of walking around this beautiful garden center and everything is clean and the plants look beautiful and you're in a beautiful setting. So it's like the whole experience for me. One of my friends told me that on average, people visit a garden center 2 or 3 times a year. And when I heard that number, I was like, what? I go like 4 times a week if I can. So to know that that number is so low, it was like astonishing because I get so much inspiration from garden centers. And it's just such a place for me to just like kind of quiet my brain. And if you want to learn more about plants, like I know I'm trying really hard to learn more about plants that I don't know of. And so for me, going down to the garden center and just picking up the tags and reading them and like doing that repetitively is how I'm starting to like pick up on plants that I'm not really aware of, or the ones that I don't really get to play with often. So anyways, it's just a good reminder if you don't have anything to do and you want to kind of get out of your own garden, but you have nowhere to go down to the garden center because you're going to find some sort of inspiration somewhere, which is, you know, one of the reasons I love going there. Oh, they also had some beautiful cloaks and like arbs, and oh my gosh, the obelisks were so beautiful. Just I just wanted to take everything home with me. But Sergey's like, don't even think about it. You know, we can't pack that. And I was like, okay. I'll be back with a big box. Anyways, oh, they also had some really beautiful clematises here, which was really nice. Very beautiful selection of clematis, which I am really, really getting into. Like I don't know. I feel like clematis are going to be like one of those plants or vines for me that I'm just going to like dive in real quick. They also had this beautiful arch here of roses, which just felt like something that belonged in a beautiful formal garden, but here it is in the middle of a garden center, just there. No big deal. Having a rose arch like this is definitely on my bucket list, on my wish list to have one day. I don't know where, but one day. And then this is where we enter the rose garden, and oh my gosh, did they have beautiful, beautiful roses. There was just like one container, I don't know if I got a clip of it, but they had like a bunch of the Desdemona in them, and oh, that rose just, it catches my eye every time. Oh, so does this one right here. Just beautiful, beautiful David Austin roses. It just like, it reminds me of the David Austin Garden Center that we got to visit, which I still can't believe I got to go there, and I can't wait to go back because our time there was so short because we arrived so late. So we are 100% going back at some point. But again, one of the themes that we saw here at the Garden Center and really all over England is potted up roses in containers. So a lot of them were in terracotta containers, and there were about 3 of them per container. So that was just something that like I made a mental note of. I wish I would have measured the containers, but they are pretty large to begin with. So you have to give them plenty of room to grow into. But climbing roses in containers, 100% going to be doing that in our garden this year, which I'm so excited about. I can't wait. I'm just trying to finalize the perfect climbing rose for the 2 containers that I have in mind. And this whole arch here was just full of buds waiting to bloom. I'm not sure what climbing rose that was. I wonder if it was the Generous Gardener. It kind of looked like it, but I didn't get the name of it. But either way, it was just spectacular. Here are some beautiful potted up roses, and I am 100% inspired to do this. I think probably a year or 2 ago, I started to pot up some of our roses, and I absolutely love that look. A lot of people will say maybe it's not a good idea, but actually a lot of roses do really well in containers. Here's Lady of Shallot, beautiful. Look at this center right here, Summer Song. Let's see, here's a good one. Look at that. That doesn't even look real. And the scent is incredible. And right here is Rolled Doll. Look at that beautiful rose. That is perfection. And look at how healthy it is. Now I'm assuming they're probably planting a couple of roses, 3 roses in each of these containers. Look at that. The Lady's Blush, another beautiful single. Stunning. Of course, I have yet to see or meet a David Austin rose I didn't absolutely adore. Beautiful. Okay, this was a beautiful, beautiful shrub that we saw at the Chelsea Flower Show, and it is stunning. So it's basically a beach ball, and we don't have it here in the States yet, but once it hits the States, it's going to be big. Actually, Erin from The Impatient Gardener had called it out on her Instagram page, saying that this is going to be such a popular plant, and I 100% agree with her. I think once we have it here in the States, everyone is going to want it in their garden. It's the perfect like specimen shrub. It was beautiful. Very, very spectacular. And then we made it to the restaurant, which was unbelievable. I mean, they had the yummiest food. They had a ton of different teas, which was just, they were delicious. Sergey and I had some tea while we were there, and they were so tasty. And then throughout this whole area here, they had sauces and spices and oils and different salts, just like the best type of like culinary grocery that you can find. It was just so, so good. The olives, I love olives. And they had some amazing olives too. Popcorn, chocolate. They had different vendors there, different little companies throughout doing little taste tests. Anyways, it was so fun. So again, it's a place that you come not just to buy a plant or a tree, but it's a place you come to spend the day. You know, you have coffee or tea, you grab a bite, and then you do a little bit of shopping, and then you go to like the clothes area. You can maybe buy a new outfit. For me, I probably would skip that. I would go straight to the plants and the seeds, and then outdoor furniture. So it's really like a whole experience that you get to kind of immerse yourself in. And that's why I think if it's not on your list, you should definitely put it on your list as a place to visit when you make it out to the Cotswolds, because I promise you it is going to be worth it. And then that same day, we actually went over to an antique store called Station Mill Antiques. And we had such a good time, or at least I had such a good time. It was kind of like towards the end of the day that we made it there. So I was like running around like a crazy person trying to find something. But we did visit different antique shops throughout the Cotswolds, and they were so beautiful, so many good treasures. But this one was a standout for me. And actually, Laura, the gal that we were staying with on her sheep farm, her family's sheep farm, recommended this place to us and the garden center. And oh my gosh, like 10 out of 10, if you are an antique junkie the way I am, like you have to go there. They had so many good stuff. Like I definitely want to go back. I was telling Sergey, like, okay, game plan for when we go back, we're bringing like a big empty suitcase and we're bringing bubble wrap. We can bring some stuff home. I did get some things that I'm going to show you guys that we bought throughout different antique shops throughout the Cotswolds. But I just wanted to put this out there for you guys too, especially if you are going to be going there soon and you do love to go antiquing. You have to put this one on your list, because I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. They have really good things there, and you can actually barter with some of them. So as long as you're nice and sweet, I think you can barter with some of them. So anyways, I just wanted to share these couple of places with you guys just because it was just magical. And I wasn't sure if you guys would enjoy this video or not, but I just thought, okay, if one person is going and they see this video and they put this on their list, I know they're not going to be disappointed, because it's worth the trip to go see this garden center and this antique shop. Like I promise you, so worth it. So I thought I would show you guys some of the things that we got at some of the antique shops. And the other thing I did is I took a bunch of any like free books or catalogs or anything like that. I don't know if you guys are like this, but I just love collecting these things from our travels, just because you find some inspiration in them, and they're just, I don't know, fun to have to look back on. So if you're like me and you like to hoard those things, then you know I did. But look at this. It's this really fun plate. And I think this was probably handmade by somebody. I'm not sure. There's no tags on it or anything, but I don't know why. I just liked it. I love this type of design, and it's just unfinished. And I really love that whole look. So I got that. All right. The other thing that we purchased were these little terracotta containers. And I actually think you guys saw these because we got these in Chelsea, and they're just kind of like that aged terracotta, and I think they came with saucers as well. Isn't that cute? Just having like a little trio of them. I think that's going to be so cute. I think you guys remember this one. We got this at the antique shop also in London. I love that. I really regret not buying the other two. They had two small ones and one larger one, and I should have bought all three. And then I found this like little, I don't know, it's like a sugar bowl, I think. I'm not sure. But I just thought it'd be cute to style this in our little shed. There's no tag on it, or there's no, let me see if there's a name on it. There isn't. But I just thought it was really cute. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but I love to collect tea kettles. I don't know why, but I love like little tea sets, like little kettles, ceramic ones. I have a couple of copper ones. So I was really looking for a really good one, and I couldn't find one that I like absolutely loved. But That's one of the things that I love to collect. This feels like Christmas because I forgot what some of these things are. So wait, let's see what this is. I'm opening my treasures. Sergey's like, oh yes, okay. These are two little like bud vases that we got at Borough Market while we were in London.
Hold on. It's funny how you reacted like, oh, this. What you're telling me is that this whole time I could have taken this stuff, sold it, put money in my pocket, and you would have had no idea because you don't know what you bought.
Yes, I would have. I would have remembered eventually. He always says, I was like, I probably could have sold that. You wouldn't have even noticed it. I would have noticed it. Okay, so these two go together. So these are not antiques, but they go together. Oh, yes, this was good. So one other thing that I love are like compotes or like footed bowls. I love to arrange in these. Now this one is very shallow, but if I use a frog, it will work. So I love this. And then the tag says nothing. It just says Italy. Oh, this one was really sweet too. So again, something else for arranging. And this is Dresden vase, hand painted. And I love that. Look at how pretty that is. Just like all of the little flower details, rose right there. And then finally, this one here, this one I remember. This we got at, I think it was Burton on the Water in Cotswolds. Yeah, look at this. And this is Wedgwood. Look at how beautiful this is. Like the little details. Hold on, I have to show you a close up. So look at all of the little details throughout. Like here and on the bottom, on the foot, and just throughout here, like the grapes. I think that is so, so beautiful. Anyways, that will do it for today's video. I just had to show you guys this garden center just because as I was unpacking and just starting to put things away and I was going through my phone, going through the pictures and the videos, I thought, I can't believe I forgot to show you guys this place and I can't not show you. So I had to show you. If you like to visit garden centers the way that I do, then you are going to love this place. It was just a completely different space than I've ever visited before. Totally worth the trip. I cannot wait to go back and visit. And I wanted to show you guys all of the little treasures that I got because I love sharing those things with you guys, especially when we get ready to style them in our shed. I can't wait. And also to design with these, like, these are just begging to be filled with flowers. So I cannot wait. So anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today in my garden, kind of. And I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye-bye.